So today I'm here with Janice Bruce, who is our Director of Public Health and Executive Director of Human Services for the town of Stoughton. And we are so lucky to have Janice here as she provides me with information on all things COVID. And we're here today just to touch base with you. We're casual, but we're here. Town Hall is operational, though it's closed to the public. And I just wanted to take this time to talk to the people of Stoughton a little bit about where we're at. So I will talk first a little bit about town operations. Town Hall is on a 50-50 crew split. That way, no one department is exposed to each other the whole time, and we don't have to worry that way about a whole department going down. That's sort of our best effort. If the whole department ends up sick or is suspect of being sick and stays out, we don't want to lose services. So services are functioning. If you have something you need to drop off, you can go into the front vestibule of Town Hall, and there are numerous bins that are checked routinely throughout the day by town staff. We ask that you do not try to come in the building through the interior doors. Those do not lock because of fire reasons, and they're an interior set of doors, but we have had people try to come in, and we respectfully ask that you don't. We're trying to keep our staff as healthy as can be so that we can keep functioning for the people of Stoughton and try to keep things going. I have put out a message, and you can check the website and the Facebook page. We have delayed deadlines on taxes. I will not be putting demand fees on that, so basically people are going to have about another month. But keep your eyes open for specific deadlines on that. We want to give you a little bit of flexibility if your job has slowed down, if you're in the food service industry and you're not getting tips right now. We understand things could be a little tight, so we want to give a little bit of time and flexibility. There are still people in the building permitting department. There are still people in the engineering department. So if you're a small business and you had some plans here, those could still be being reviewed. We have halted indoor inspections, however, so our inspectors will not be coming into your home right now unless there is some dramatic public safety emergency. Our first responders are still out and about taking care of you and doing their best and doing the fine job that they always do. We ask that if you call for a first responder, even if it is unrelated to symptoms of what might be a COVID situation, please let them know if you or someone in your house does have symptoms. So if you call the police because you have to report a broken window on your car and you know you're going to invite them in your home, please let them know if you have somebody symptomatic or an officer has to come into your home for some reason. Please let them know so that they can put on appropriate gear and protect themselves, therefore protect the whole department. That's absolutely important that we help to keep our first responders healthy because they in turn will keep us healthy. So that's critical. Our veteran services are still functioning as usual, though you will get your check in the mail. So please drop off any receipts, any reimbursables you have in the front vestibule in Town Hall. Your taxes can go in the lockbox or in a bin in the front office. If you need copies of a marriage license or a birth certificate, you please call and request it, and we will either mail it or meet you at a certain time and slide it under the door. But use the phone, use the internet. Use those resources to talk to people here. We all know to be looking at our phones. We all are having a phone operational in every office all day to try to keep things going. I'll turn it over to Janice to talk a little bit about health updates right now.
Okay, thank you, Robin. As she just said, I'm Janice Bruce with the Stoughton Public Health Association and Visiting Nurses. Right now, we are just trying to keep operations going as best we can. We have our staff out in the field, the visiting nurses, making home visits. At this time, you may notice some doctors are canceling appointments, and I think that's really wise unless you really need an appointment. You may want to check with them if it's just for like something routine. You may want to ask them if it's advisable to cancel your appointment because nobody wants to sit in a crowded waiting room. So that's one suggestion. I had somebody call me today asking me about should they get their lab work done. That's something you'd want to ask your doctor, just check to see what the doctor advises. Our nurses are following strict protocols about taking care of our patients and doing infection control. We always go over it, and that's something that they're doing. But even still, we may be scaling down some visits and doing more phone calls, checking with patients to see how they're feeling. Sometimes they just don't, if it's not an urgent thing, they would rather not have somebody in their house. So, but we monitor every day the Department of Public Health website. We're checking to see what the advisements are. We're trying to keep the public educated, and of course, everybody that, you hear it all the time about making sure that you keep like 6 feet like we're doing apart. We just don't want to be too close together, just trying to do good hand washing, just hand hygiene and common sense initiatives. And if there's somebody in your house that isn't feeling well, you might want to get them, have a designated area for them and try to keep some distance, maybe a separate bathroom. And also, always call your doctor and tell them what your symptoms are before just showing up someplace. Let them know. Sometimes they'll just say, just stay where you are. It sounds like, it's just like a cold. And we're just being very mindful. Like Robin said, if you have to call the fire department for anything, let them know if you're having any symptoms, what they are, so they can be prepared so that keep everybody healthy. Let's see, so we do listen to the Department of Public Health calls as a team. We listen, usually there's a weekly call, sometimes more often. As things are evolving, we're hearing updates now about things like daycares are shutting down, but they might be keeping certain places open for kids that have parents that are having to go to work, that are nurses or first responders. So all this information is coming out, and as it comes out, we'll try to keep everybody informed. I'm not sure what else I want to say. Oh, as far as the Council on Aging goes, I just did want to mention that we're still doing the home-delivered meals. We are doing people's rides to doctor's appointments, although we are seeing that some people are canceling those, probably because it's just a routine appointment. We're cleaning the vans in between rides, where we have a little spray gun to try to sanitize the seats. Just trying to be very mindful of taking care of people's health. And if you ever have any questions, we know people may be feeling a little on edge right now just because things are different. So they might be feeling, people might be feeling a little lonesome in their house. Pick up the phone, call, let us know if there's any way we can help. The COA staff is still there. We're doing split shifts, but there's somebody in the building during operational hours that you can talk to. At the public health, our office is open. In our department, we're more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. So we're here as a resource for you too. We do get a lot of questions, and no question is a silly one, so give us a buzz and we'll try to guide you as best we can. And I think that's about all I have to say, just to stay well. And one advisement, they're saying, hey, if you don't have to go out, if you're, especially the older population, stay home. If you don't have to be out in the mix in the grocery stores. If someone else can do your errands, stay home.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Janice. And I think Janice brings up an important point. Even if it's something Town Hall wouldn't normally function as or be doing, it's not normally a function you would call Town Hall for. If you are nervous about something, you're scared, you're uncertain, and you don't know where to turn, call us. One of us, you'll catch somebody here. Try different departments, you'll eventually catch somebody. And our staff is all, we really are working to be as supportive and support the public as best as we absolutely can. So we may not have the answer, but we will find someone who can get you the answer. And if you're scared, that's really important. And I want to emphasize again, there are people who are scared. But for the most part, I think what's important to realize is we're going to get through it.
Right.
It may be a tough haul. It's a tough haul financially for many people. And I think we can't, while public health is the first priority, we do know that some of you out there are very concerned financially as well, and you're scared about that. And we are cognizant of that, and hence the delay on tax time, for example. Government still functions. We still pay our bills. We still do our best. So if you can pay your taxes on time, that's great.
Right.
But as you all have seen, the federal government also has extended, if you have not heard, 90 days on your federal filing as well. So there's a sense that we know that the economy is going to have a slowdown, and that we may take a little time to roll again. So I know people are afraid on a whole lot of fronts, and our elderly are afraid both for the health reasons, and many of our elderly relying on 401ks, things like that they have. So we do understand the fear. But again, we are trying to be as upbeat as we can. We're staying focused on what it is we do and doing our best to bring everything we can to you. We got this.
Right.
We've got it. Stoughton's a tough town.
Right. It is, and I think that we have a strong community. and we have a very resilient population, and we're all here, like, supporting each other, and I think that's the important thing for people to know. You've got a whole team here at Town Hall and out in the COA and the fire and the police. We're all working together, and all the other departments in town. So we're here for you, and we're all in this together, and we're going to get through.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it. And we have the concern for all of you, and we're here for you, and we will continue to be. So keep looking at Stoughton Town Manager Facebook page, at the Stoughton website, and we will keep updating as we can. And we continue to uphold the promises. Janice said, we will share information with you as soon as we get it, whatever we can share. My policy has always been in my career that if I'm dealing with public, then whatever I know, you're going to know too. And so you will continue to know whatever it is that we know that will have some impact on you, that potentially could have an impact on you, we will share that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
thank you all, and stay healthy and well. And again, don't be afraid to call if there's something that concerns you. Be
Right.
well.
Thank you.